Start the recording of this damn thing. Hi, YouTube. I'm salty right now. What options does this game even have? Sound options in a Nintendo game. You're right. Alright, that looks bad. Hi, YouTube. Welcome to the stream, where nothing works. OBS is gonna yell at me for this, and I'll have to close down Dolphin again. Please just see the game, OBS. Of course not. Okay, hold on. Gotta close it down and open it again. That's just the way the last week or so has been going. More like 3 days or so, but still. I think it looked bad, because I think the actual game is in 16:9, but I could be wrong. I could just be misremembering. This might be what the whole game looks like. Them beautiful black bars. Nice. Great. Love it. Maybe we won't go through all of Pikmin 2 then. There. Now it's at least in fake 16:9 for you guys. And then it puts black bars on the top and bottom. Thanks, Nintendo. You bastards. Let's just play a nice, sweet game. Try and get rid of my salt. Ow! God, did it already? That's hilarious. God, that sounds awful. Miss my old headphones. The one's right here. I'm gonna see if I can run to the store and buy some duct tape tomorrow. I was planning on doing it tonight when we went to the theater thing, but then that didn't happen. Sometimes. Might spice him up. The debt.
なのコスモスさこうしたそうおい下手そうおりな
So that's the story. Company's in debt. This was Outer Worlds before. Yeah. Yeah. Running diagnostics. Louie's missing. That poor Louie. He's also not talking, so he might be in danger. Gotta find him before he freezes to death. But look! It's the things what the game's named after. Anyway, do the tutorial thing. I did it. You'd think the enemy doesn't exist in the cutscene, otherwise they would be dying. They seem to remember you. Fascinating. Give them instructions, and by that I mean throw the fucks. You know how when you give something an instruction, you just eat it? Whoa! Anyway, hey, Louie is talking now. You can swap with him!
Louie.
Are you hurt? No. It's not even good fluff right now, it's just, like, mostly tutorial. Punch the tree! Get wood! I know how to play Minecraft. Louie can survive. Start both dancing on Olimar or something. It's an onion. They have what the Pikmin are. Bloop. It just sprays its seed everywhere. Anyway, you can pull it. For the stream sanity, I will not sit around and do absolutely nothing while waiting for the, planted Pikmin to turn into flower Pikmin, like I always do off-stream, because we've already been sitting here for an hour with no gameplay, so I'll speed that up a little bit. Anyway, here's more controls! Also, they look like the Pikmin carrots. Ain't that neat? And Louie's drooling, so he's either sleeping or wants to eat it. Either way, can't blame him. So yeah, let's try and speed this up a little. Ha! Breed. What do you mean Nintendo has long and sometimes overbearing tutorials? Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, come on! And I'm gonna have to deal with them being slower than me. It's the worst. All Pikmin should start as flower, nothing else. Anyway, this stream brought to you by Duracell. It keeps going, unlike Metroid Prime 2. Duracell even have a slogan at this point? I don't know. Pretty sure it keeps going as Energizer. At least on this continent. Or your previous headphones, I'm sorry. No, you're right. Or my monitors. Or soon, I'm pretty sure, my chair. That feels like it's breaking. Did I forget to pull them all up? I feel like something else has been breaking, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, my Joy-Cons. Those seem to be breaking down. Gotta wait for them, otherwise they get stuck on the corners. Same! But now I have somewhat more important things to ask for, I feel like. Almost here. Wouldn't be happening if I waited for the flower Pikmin, just throwing it out there. I don't even know if everyone's seen Pikmin. I assume so. I played the game before. If I skip over tutorializing and someone doesn't get something, just say something. I'll explain it. Do, 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 do. And how we wait 8 minutes for them to carry that back. I should have just waited for the flower Pikmin. Just gotta deal with that until day 3, though. Alright. I do like that song, but, you know. Just waiting on them. What's up, Hio? How you doing? C Alkaline. Expires March 2010. A ridiculous date when this originally came out, but now, almost a decade in the past. Anyway, the ship always names the treasure you bring in. Gotta go into low Earth orbit, talk to the president, well, low whatever planet. Apparently someone on Reddit beat Ornstein and Smoke using F+0 caseness at Soul Level 1. Good on them. Anyway, we got 280 Pikmin bucks, I guess, out of 10,000. Trinity, please, no. It still hurts. We've recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking. Yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? The dwarf red bulbo Pansarsudacouli Blossus, Threadbug family. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family. A close native of the vanilla breadbug, it escapes predation through mimicry, a unique adaptation of the It's sometimes you fuck up the accent while reading words, and it's tricky to recover. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating this clever creature is a master of mimicry. Pellet posy, Amplus nutri, pellet beet family. In the stem of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species, such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the pellet posy is a species that can be considered a close relative. Although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of the pellet beet family, the fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly and that their pellets contain such high concentrations of the natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many other indigenous species are so reliant on these pellets for sustenance. Now, let's throw carrots at it. Remarkable. So how you doing, EO Trinity? Hope your days have been good. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? Shout out to Outer Worlds, as already pointed out. Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. Can't blame you, Trinity. Can't blame you. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion, press A to call them out. Come on, Louie. So remember how earlier I said I wasn't gonna wait for the flower Pikmin? Gonna try and wait for these ones to be. There's no point when they aren't all flower Pikmin to try and get some, but at the same time, I can fairly safely wait for them, not worry about not accomplishing anything. God, look how slow they are! Oh, come on, you lazy fuck. Oh, the 3 different numbers. So the one on the left is the Pikmin I currently have with me. The middle number is the current total Pikmin just I own out and about on the planet. And the one on the right is the current Pikmin total. So, like, if they're still in the onion, then they'll count for that right number. See, look, some are already bulbs. Hell yeah. $35 on here, huh? I may not be able to get flowers. Do. Yeah. Damn it. Wait for this current match to bulb up at the very least. Alright. Tomorrow I'll be able to go to the other area and I can get everyone the flowers with the nectar there. At least. I'm not used to seeing the bulb Pikmin. Because there's stuff you can feed them to make them instantly go to flower. Hence, if anything knocks the flower away, then they just immediately go to leaf. I don't know what that noise is. Woo! Saved him. There we go. Oh, come on. It's a mystery, much like Pokemon. All we know is that we give, nutrients and corpses to this thing, and it just makes more. Any more than that, we don't know. Very generous lovers. That's good. There we go. Sure, Trinity. Sure. I'd record it too. Utter scrap. Forgot that you get this many Pikmin so early on. This is also where you'll see the first demonstration of the tech that eventually let them put tripping into Brawl, where sometimes the Pikmin will just trip because, fuck you, we're gonna make them go slower. Good old Brawl. I liked Brawl. Only played it once. Fair. Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, when there's a bunch of them, they sure do break a lot of stuff. Anyway, here's tutorial again. Literally everything he's saying now, he's already said, but we're gonna make you sit through the text boxes again. Good old Nintendo. Warm air is being expelled from the hole. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey! Listen! Cut shot. We're in the spooky cave. So something I didn't know when I played this the first time, because I hadn't played the first one when I played this the first time. I didn't know that there weren't caves in the first game. That's like an important enough part of this game that I was pretty surprised by it. Anyway, yeah. According to the ship's computer just now, the environment you run into the holes may be completely different from topside. Because reasons. Because we wanted more unique environments, I'm sure. Trinity, please. Anyway, we're gonna do something that'll upset the ship real quick. Whee! So he doesn't like it when I put dead things inside him. The big baby. Also, even though we're on an alien planet that, like, no one else has ever been to, and random crap we find on the floor is worth hundreds or thousands of Pikmin dollars, the animals we find, which have God knows what scientific significance to, you know, the galaxy as a whole, they're worth like 2. Anyway, this stream also sponsored by 7-Up. Which I think is a Coke? No. 7-Up, Pepsi, Coke. Hold on.
Oops! Butterfingers!
7-Up is a Dr. Pepper brand? Oh. 7-Up is Pepsi. Ah. Seven Up is its own company. Ah, Keurig Dr. Pepper is apparently the company. Neat. I did not know that Keurig and Dr. Pepper were the same people. Makes sense, but you know. Neat. It also explains why I can never remember who owns Dr. Pepper. I have to always look it up. It's because they own themselves. Pepsi has Sierra Mist. There you go. AKA garbage. I don't know the last time I had Sierra Mist, so, you know. We're just 7-Up in general. So that means Coke owns Sprite. Got it. Hey, the outside looks like the surface of the planet. Maybe you get more than just money for it. But even 100 red Pikmin couldn't lift it. You need 101. But how will I lift it then, when I only have 70? Just get Sprite instead. Fine. It's always a little upsetting when you miss the throw. Since the throw is an instant kill if you land it. Almost died there. Okay. Hey, there's a pretty flower, and for some reason the Pikmin look like they want to be thrown in it. Which is funny that the ship can somehow infer that by their facial expression. But, you know, I don't question it. I'm gonna hate everything, but I'm not gonna wait for them to be flowers. You absolutely slow fucks. Anyway, it looks super heavy and strong. And it's a new Pikmin. The game specifically says, hey, these weren't in the last game. Look at them. So they weigh and can hold the equivalent of 10 other Pikmin. Amount. So if a red Pikmin weighs 1, they weigh 10. If a red Pikmin can pick up 1, then they can pick up 10. And what do you know? Suddenly, I can magically, just so happens to work out, that I can now pick up this thing that 100 red Pikmin couldn't pick up. What do you know? God, that is moving so slowly. They are incredibly thick. Yeah, it would, Trinity. Yeah, it would. Fortunately, it doesn't matter. We did it, guys. How old is this globe? I'm trying to see if it says, like, Russia or USSR, but I can't read it. It'd be funny if it said USSR. I don't know why they would be using that old of a globe in this game that came out in 2004, but it would be funny. Trying not to pick at my teeth too much, but I have that itty bitty teeny tiny little sore on the tip of my tongue, so I can't, like, get the chip gunk out between my teeth. Ba-da-ba-da. Hey, here's how you get out of the cave. BT dubs. Wow! Cave completo. Anyway, since this is still the tutorial, that's all you get to do today. Back to orbit we go. We did great. Anyway, we'll send a report back and do. I don't much, it's a reference over my head, Neo, but fair enough. You're going to a new area tomorrow, so guess what? You don't get to do anything else. Do. We've almost got 1/10 of the money we need. Oh, that's right. That's who that is. I don't know if I ever actually watched the entire world still. That is with Happy Hoko Tate's savings and loans, after all. There's nothing left for them to repossess, so ho. I know I saw the Japan video, but... Ba-da, 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 da-da. This fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protected it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. The name is definitely familiar to me. The air we recently touched down in is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I've named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to exploration, where I found this hunk of metal. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control. When I peer at this treasure, I can't help but want to take a drink. Sponsored, by the way. The purple Pikmin was somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it Emergence Cave. That's pretty funny, yo. Red Bulborb, Oculus Kageyami rusus. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to nests. Shh, Trinity, don't bring in your logic in here. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb, further research has reclassified this species as the red bulborb. Subspecies of varied colors have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into two rival camps over how to handle their classification. Wake up, you lazy fuck. Here's some carrots for you. Yes, eat them. Eat them like the good little slut you are. Amazing. Like the dwarf red bulborb, the snow bulborb is a member of the redbug family that seeks to survive through imitating the appearance and behavior of a bulborb. Its pale coloration and blue spots make for easy identification. In particular, this organism mimics the hairy bulborb, but it is, of course, unable to grow the hair that gives the hairy bulborb its name. And man, this movie, Miss Science, is solid. However, as the hairy bulborb has been known to lose its hair in certain circumstances, the snow bulborb is an effective mimic and is often mistaken for a member of the same species. Pikmin 2. Clover Quatrius infectum. This is a naturalized species. These plants are extremely persistent. The assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, the species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leafing stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. I don't know if that's actually what causes 4-leaf clovers in real life or not. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern, regardless of geographic region. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of the Pikmin tossed in. This variety of candy pop contains robustly odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there's no doubt that the plants would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medical, and tourist industries. Explain it like a Dark Souls lower YouTuber. That would require me to be enough of a nerd to have watched Dark Souls lore videos, so unfortunately, can't do it. Turn Pikmin into weed, you get the green Pikmin. Duh. but don't know the lore. Exactly. How could I? Anyway, the purple Pikmin are losers that don't have their own home, so they're bunking with the ship right now. They're getting all up in the ship's insides, and apparently it tickles. Come on, Louie, you lazy bastard. Trinity, please. Squatting the ship. Well, no, the ship's cool with it. They're just, you know, less than stellar roommates. Or fantastic roommates, because again, getting all of the ship's guts. Blah, 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 more tutorializing. Shut up, ship. Yeah, Artie, explain the deep lore of Pikmin to us. Pikmin 2's a fun game, I can recommend it. Don't know how good 3 is, and 1's also good, but it's stressful because it has time limits and whatnot. So I'm not a huge fan of it. That stresses me out. Martin Pikachu versus Ness. Where does Link come in? So he is kind of my main. By that I mean he's my main, because he's like the only person I've played with in that game. Can I grab that little pellet right here? Yeah, I did. Yeah. About to get a lore drop right here from the game. Pretty sure. Yep, here we are. Onion stopped ejecting seed. It needs a little bit of time to recover, then it's good for another round. But there's more of them inside the onion. Anyway, you can't have more than 100 Pikmin on the planet at once, at least within a specific area. But there's only 95 here. There must be wild Pikmin somewhere. My god. And you will notice on the bottom where it says 95, that's the total amount I have. There is 100 currently. So there are 5 wild Pikmin somewhere in this area. Now, as someone who's beaten the game before, I know exactly where they are, but yeah. Oh boy, Trin. I look forward to them, I guess. So the downside here is that a lot of the nectar landed right next to each other. Some flower Pikmin? Look how pretty they are! Whoa! Should that be on the soundboard? Just a little Pikmin? Whoa! No Spyro. There we go. I almost did Spyro, by the way. Oh no! I get them soon enough? Okay. I mostly have flowers now. The only reason I didn't do Spyro was that before I try speedrunning again, I want to take a good look at the tutorial. So that hopefully I do quite a bit better next time I actually bother. what's up, Meg? How you doing? That's your hacker name, bud. Yep. Everyone flowers now? Think we do? Nice. Good. So, for anyone who hasn't seen this game before, Flower Pikmin do literally nothing but go faster, and it is the best thing ever. Because, dear God, the base Pikmin are so slow. 10% done! Yay! So the game is beat when you get that 10,000 Poco bucks or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever that monetary unit is. But there is like a post-game dungeon and other things you can do still. Like, there's enough treasure that you can go quite a bit, even without, like, the post-game area. You can go quite a bit over the amount you need. Confirmed for universal currency. It's Friday, I'm super tired. Hopefully you get some good rest then. I'm gonna listen to Trinity. I will do my best. Come on. Alright. Alright. Now, I do know, most of the time, there is this guy over here. Hey, there we go. Shiny. This is literally a shiny version of that other bug. What? Why didn't it? Game cheated. Game's cheating. There we go. Yeah, my old headset died like 2 days ago. And fortunately I had this backup one, but it's not great. Does anyone watch Disney Plus? We apparently haven't, so maybe I'll grab the login and whatnot and watch stuff later, but, you know. Yeah, everything's breaking around me and it makes me sad. Watch The Mandalorian, it's so good. That is the one bit I've seen even the slightest bit of. Seemed real cool. I just saw the shootout at the end of, I think, episode 1. We got a berry! Oh, I missed what Artie asked about the Kingdom Hearts franchise. God. It all started a really long time ago in a phone game. That's still ongoing, so you can't accurately explain the chronological lore, because, you know. The new Lady and Tramp movie is so good. Best part of the episode. It was a real cool shootout. So every 10 pink berries, I get a special spray where I just give all the Pikmin meth. Long time ago in a mobile game. Yes. Also, the old alien guy in Mandalorian, not voiced by the new voice of Xehanort, because the new voice of Xehanort is dead. Found that out literally in the starting soon screen. Was a discontinued web game first, so you are already wrong? Shit. I know there was the web game. I forgot that is technically different from the phone game.
Submit!
To Kingdom Hearts. Also, almost just started up Kingdom Hearts again today. Because it's not a bad go-to when what I want to do breaks and I can't do it. See, do I have time to send you back? I probably do, but for now. Kill it, kill it, kill it! Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna. Just real quick. Let's get this going. The more Pikmin I build up now, the less of a chance I have to just spend in-game days reading them back up to standards. Because they all died. I mean, I can maybe give at least some answers for that Trinity. So, you want to hit me with it? Sure. But oh boy. At least I can get more Pikmin math. I've never seen anything High School Musical related. I feel like it's a little late to start now. So the Pikmin are up there on that hill, but I can't get to them yet, so just ignore them. You can hear them splashing a little. It's like Glee if you remember Glee. Also didn't watch Glee. I was pretty hardcore against any musical theater for quite a while. With High School Musical jokes. Got it. Anyway, there's bugs down there, and also a big boss. So that's kind of gross. Oh, is this not the... Oh, this isn't the bug hole. Never mind. This is the fire hole. The other hole is the bug hole. Fire hole? God. I looked up a lore quiz for Kingdom Hearts. God. How'd you score on it, first of all? Question 3 is a bitch. Oh, do I not get a mini-map? I swear I don't. The Imagineering thing sounds super interesting, and I really want to watch it. I haven't finished. Fair. You just made me freak out a moment, because I couldn't remember if I submitted my homework today or not. I did. I'll copy-paste question 3. I can't wait for it just to be horrible writing. In KH Birth by Sleep, what is the first world if you played each world in the order you're supposed to based on level? What is the first world playing as Ventus that you can receive the command Cure from a treasure chest? Alright. That's... Is that really a lore question? That seems pretty heavily on the gameplay side to me. Just saying. Cure as Ventus. I feel like that would probably be the second or third world, probably. Although maybe... Do you get it on the first world, is it? I'm gonna say the second world, which I don't know, because both of those are kind of... Second and third world are fairly easily interchangeable. Stone of Glory. It's a GameCube D-pad. So that sound you just heard is the treasure sensor saying there's no treasure left and turning off. Which is funny because I don't have the treasure sensor yet. It just always plays that sound. Let me see. Dwarf Woodlands is the world he starts off on. It's definitely not Land of Departure. Oh, do you get in the tutorial before you actually pick your character? I don't think you do. So it's probably either Enchanted Dominion or Castle of Dreams. I'm gonna say Enchanted Dominion. Yeah, it's that or Enchanted Dominion, I think. Because I don't think you get it on the first world. Yeah, Land of Departure isn't like an actual world you ever go to until post-game. Not that the question isn't already bullshit, but you know. Anyway, more purple Pikmin! Yay! Unchained Key / Union Cross. What are the first 3 Keyblades you acquire for the main story? God. Whatever the base Keyblade is, I think the dwarf ones, then I think like maybe a flower one. I don't know. That's even assuming that's the phone game I actually played, which maybe? The names get complicated and hard to remember. And these still aren't lore questions, these are gameplay questions, so that's not the same thing. Okay. Flower Pikmin. You are making me regret not starting up Kingdom Hearts today. The base doesn't count, it's not in any answer. Of course. Is ranked number 5. God. I want to say... Is it maybe Vexen? Vexen's right about there. So anyway, red Pikmin are immune to fire. Options are Zexion, Lexus, Axel, Zigbar, Larkseed. I'm pretty sure Zigbar's number 2, so not him. Axel's number 12, I remember that. Larkseed's also one of the last ones. So it's really between Lexus and Zexion. I'm gonna say Lexius. Yep, that one's broken already, apparently. Anything in that corner? No? What's that sound? It sounds like a timer's counting down. I don't like it. You're stressing me out, game. It might actually be Zexion, now that I think about it, because I think he's next to Vexen. I think Vexen's right there-ish. Worlds can be skipped in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. God. Doesn't that depend? I know in Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm pretty sure the only skippable world is... Atlantica? I guess it depends on what it means by skippable, whether completing the world or you don't have to go to it. I forget what game that is. I think I've looked it up before. Always makes me think of Legend of Zelda. I don't remember if that's right. It's I think the only worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 that you just straight up don't have to go to at all. I guess you don't need to land on the Olympus Coliseum either. Axel isn't 12? He isn't? Is he 10 then? Because I know Roxas is the last one, and then, like, he's way earlier. Really? I thought he was, like, 10 through 12 somewhere. Now I'm curious. Fucking Organization 13 has its own Wikipedia page. Like, not even a fandom wiki, just straight up Wikipedia itself. Alright. I don't know if it deserves that. God, and each member has, like, their own little section. Murasame's Mysterious Castle. Marluxia is 12, I think. I know that I could have swore the last, like, 3 were Axel, Lurtzine, and Marluxia. Alright. So, assuming this is in the right order. Vexen is 4, so I was close when I said Vexen, just guessing and not looking. Lexaeus is 5, then Zexion. Damn. So I was one off twice on who was number 5. Axel's number 8? Huh. I guess that makes sense because Demyx, Luxord, Marluxia, Larxene, Roxas were like the people that had nothing to do with the lab whatsoever. And they're all after him. Okay. So I was completely wrong on Axel, but besides that, I was actually pretty right. Egg! I could just have all the Pikmin swarm the flame vent, and as long as fire was not currently spewing out, the purple ones would be fine as well, but I like to be better safe than sorry with that kind of thing. Also, fire is, like, the best thing to run it into, because it's, like, the only thing that isn't instant kill and can be beaten with any of the Pikmin. Water and electricity are, like, so much worse. And poison, I guess. Game & Watch. With electricity just being the worst because it's instant kill, while everything else you have, like, a chance to save Pikmin from it. Also, these caves are somewhat randomly generated. So I think that's actually everything in the cave on this floor right here. Nintendo playing card. I never noticed that that was Nintendo brand playing card. Yeah, that's the last treasure. There a flower right here then? Okay. So there was something. That makes 25 purple Pikmin. Which is a decent chunk. It's about 5 spare. Everyone calm down. So those bugs have bad pheromones and it freaks the Pikmin out. And the best way to deal with them is to just chuck a purple Pikmin because they have, like, no health. So just the AoE, like, stun that the purple Pikmin do is enough to kill them. Got a 15 out of 20. Well, you passed. Unless you go to the university I go to, in which case, not good enough, bitch. Wants to see a boss. There it is. Wake up. Anyway, this is the easiest boss ever. As long as you don't get greedy with it. Because this is all it does. It's just, you do about a quarter damage, then call everyone back, then just stand back. You want to call them off a little early, because when it shakes, it kind of throws them to the side and somewhat behind. So you may not get everyone back before it starts rolling. Go for it! Hey. I'm in awe at the size of this lad. This lady, thank you, is a Bulborb Queen. You do run into a King Bulborb later on, and it's a lot less fun to deal with. Anyway, this is the treasure detector that's been turning off as I've been going through the caves. We finally have it, so now we'll be able to see when it turns off, in addition to hearing it. There we go. Cave completo. Oh boy, Trent. You having fun? Asked what was the title of a cancelled Kingdom Hearts game? God. So unfortunately, I think I was too slow for the speed run. I won't be able to get everything I could get done here. Done in the in-game day. Which is a bit of a shame, but we'll see. It was already dead and it still got that off. Bullshit game. There's metal down there. Ain't that neat? Ew, stream elements. At least I got a nice button. What Final Fantasy character was intended as a summon? God. Yeah, these aren't lore questions. These are, like, neat trivia questions, but, you know. I hope it was Bahamut. I mean, if you're gonna pick one, picking, you know, the go-to biggest summon kind of makes sense. It was Bahamut. Nice. Good guess. Why didn't we get that as a summon? I mean, you know. Kiwi shoe polish. Since 1906. Or thick Bahamut. Hopefully thick Bahamut. Always go thick. Come here. The Pikmin are on fire! Quick, blow them! So that it goes out! And that I mean blow my whistle, because that'll put out the fire. And somehow it does! I could throw another Pikmin on there to make it go faster, but oh well. Usually I have to throw them to get this one. Neat. Bring it on, Trinity. What was the name of the graveyard of all the Organization 13 guys? Proof of Existence, I believe. Dr. Pepper. Yeah, proud of remembering that. Mostly because it's a cool name. Pretty much all of the world that never was has, like, cool edgelord names for all the areas. Hey, look, white flowers. Ain't that neat? I mean, yeah, already. to fit with the edgelord area that it is, the empty city and whatnot. Still maybe my favorite world. So much like how the purple flower gave me purple Pikmin when I threw things in there, the white flower gives white Pikmin. Shocker. So, the white Pikmin are weird because most of the other Pikmin are fairly straightforward with, like, what they do. Like, you get the red ones, and it's like, cool, they're immune to fire. And it's like, cool, it makes sense, they're red. You get the purple ones, and it's like, they're stronger and heavier than the other Pikmin. And you're like, alright. Purple doesn't make sense, but they're also big, thick boys, so, you know, I can still understand why. And then you get the white Pikmin. It's like, they're small, so they're faster. And you're like, cool. Makes sense. Then it's like, they also, like, burp out poison. It's like, okay. So they're immune to poison. I feel like that should have been something the purple Pikmin could do, because they're purple. I feel like usually poison is kind of a purple thing. And the last thing the white Pikmin do is this. They can see things that are hidden underground. So they've kind of got, like, a weird mix of abilities. One of them didn't get a flower. Doesn't matter with the white Pikmin, but, you know, still a little irritating. Yo, what's up, cat? How you doing? Been a bit. Hope life's treating you well. Good for you. Yeah, scary things, my minions. Mostly good. Things have been breaking down the last couple days. I'm a little upset about that, but all in all, I'm doing fine. Quit school, hence my appearance here. Ah, hope that goes well for you. I wish I had some of that right now. I now have the energy to socialize. That's good, at least. That one Pikmin that doesn't have a flower is gonna bother me so much. Which is great. That's definitely a good reason to do that, as if it is just destroying you. It's not a good idea to keep pushing. That is definitely true. And I definitely didn't get the safety dance stuck in my head, but I saw you say that. You can go back if you want to. You can leave your friend behind. If your friends go back, and if they don't go back, I don't know. Breaks down at that part. The other weird Pikmin ability, since I was talking about how it was weird the random crap they give the white Pikmin to do, is that the yellow Pikmin are immune to electricity, which makes sense. But you can also throw them higher, because reasons? Like, that's also a weird one. It also brings up the good question that, was it Artie or Trinity who made the joke earlier on why can you throw the purple Pikmin as far as the other ones since they're heavier? Good question, because you can throw the yellow ones further because they have, like, big ears or something? Electricity is weightless, I guess. Yeah, it's just another one of those things where it's like... Maybe in the original, they were like, I can throw all yellow things farther in real life, can't you? You're right. But if that's the case, why can't the red Pikmin... Why are the white Pikmin fast and not the red Pikmin? Because usually red things go faster. Shut up, Louie. Don't yawn. We're on an exciting adventure on a cave in an alien planet. Don't yawn like this is boring. If anyone wonders why I make fun of Louie so much, it's because that was my brother's favorite character in this. I would go Olimar and he would go Louie, so I'm just used to shitting on Louie for no reason. Exactly, Hio. So I don't understand why the red Pikmin aren't faster. It's the same reason I used to shit on Luigi so much. I've stopped because I've come to appreciate Luigi, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh hey, you're player 2, here's the player 2 character. It's the older brother. I absolutely got to be player 1 all the time. But which colors should be faster? Maybe they've changed it in the newer games, though. Might just be an old game thing. These red shirts are not special. You got a point there. I love the exploration party, but Louie's the blue one. This is like the only time I ever picked red over blue. It was absolutely because Olimar was player 1. Because there is a 2-player mode in this game. It's not co-op, though. It's a weird versus mode. I don't really remember how it works either. Alright, let's see how I do against this. This is like the first fight where it's like, oh yeah, if you don't do this really well, Pikmin are gonna die. Alright, give the slow pop-up. Whew, okay. I'm a little surprised it worked out like that, but I'll take it. Usually what I found works there is if you launch enough Pikmin on its face, it stops to shake them off, and then it'll retreat back underground and you won't lose anyone. Usually doesn't work that you just kill it fast enough that no one dies, but I'll take it. I've seen that in Smash. Nice. It also has 2 different ways it pops up underground. The way it did right there is the fast way, and it sucks because it's hard to aim right and hit the head, it being an air target, which are kind of irritating to smack. Anyway, we turned this glove into a knapsack. So, I don't know what the point of it is, because... Go away, you. So you can hold X and you sleep. But it doesn't, like, heal you or anything, or make time go by faster. At least I'm pretty sure it doesn't make time go by faster. The only thing is, if you do it near a Pikmin, they'll grab you, and they'll bring you back to, like, the ship. So I guess if you're completely lost, it'll show you the way back, but you have a pretty simple and easy map, so I don't know why you would ever need that. Maybe if you were just feeling lazy and needed to go back to the ship and didn't feel like maybe doing it while you walked away from the game, maybe? But yeah, you do actually get upgrades in this game that are helpful. Here's the upgrade screen. I don't remember what most of them do, but 3 or 4 of them are just you take less damage from things, which usually isn't a problem, but So what, the worst upgrade? Hey, cave completo. And no Pikmin deaths. That is not something I manage to do too often. Usually someone dies in that cave. So there's only like one last thing we can accomplish in this area. And then there's just nothing we can do, and we need other types of Pikmin to do the rest. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, so we're just going to have to come back to this area tomorrow and do that one thing and waste a day. What is the Pikmin salary? They get to live. That's about it. Because we need to get through this poison gate, which only the white Pikmin can break, so everything else would just get poisoned. How many do I have? Do I have 20? I thought I only had 15. Oh, I do have 15, but we have 95 and not 100. Oh, I know that feeling, Cat. I have one on the tip of my tongue, so I can't dig out any food from my teeth right now. And it is the worst. So, what we need to do, I'll explain it now so that when we come back tomorrow and I do it, and then I'm like, well, there's nothing left to do, is we need to take that half of a globe in the back there, we need to put it across that bridge and in the ship. But we need to break this gate down first, so I went to bite down, almost cried. Oh, that's a nope. So the other thing about this game is that when sunset hits and like the day is over, any Pikmin not in your party are just dead. When you get back down on the planet the next day, they are dead. Shit ate them. So any second now I'm gonna get a countdown, and before it hits 0, I need to call everything to me. We're gonna like break down the gate and then not manage to do anything else. So there's also that monster right there pretending to be a plant. Damn it. Just wasted a little bit too much time this Pikmin day. Come on, at least break the gate down and break the poison things. Come on. 4, 3, 2. Alright. 95. This game is interesting. It's a lot of real fun. The one downside is that a lot of it is kind of like a puzzle game, where just having played the game before and remembering it, I kind of breeze through it. Kind of like Luigi's Mansion, where like the first time you play it, you take forever because you don't know where to go and like how to beat everything. The speed of this is not affected by purple Pikmin. I could use the purple Pikmin on the gate, but the gate's poisonous, so it would just kill the purple Pikmin. Otherwise, I would do it. But I want to get the new Luigi's Mansion. It's pretty fun. I will admit, it's not what I wanted, so I'm a little disappointed with it, but that is not the game's fault, that's my fault. But like the original Luigi's Mansion, most of it is kind of just like puzzle-based and knowing where to go, so once you play through it once, you can kind of breeze through most of it. Whereas, like, as a kid, not knowing what the hell I was doing, I would get to, like, day 40 or something and not get even halfway through. Never played the original. The original's so good, but it's also real short if you know what to do. So I have no expectations. That is the only problem I have with 3, is I wanted something spookier and more like the first one, so when it didn't do that, I was pretty upset. The other thing I really love about this game is that it has just random text for, like, everything in it, and I love that. This creature expels a volatile phosphorus compound from its snout that combusts upon contact with air. This fire-breathing ability is dependent upon the air-to-fuel ratio at its mouth, catalyst reaction within the expelled compound, and purification of the compound. Thus, it is highly unlikely such a complex process could cause the spontaneous explosion of a fallen blowhole. This process is also perhaps to avoid risk of spontaneous combustion in the belly of a live specimen. However, one should still treat a fiery blowhog with great care, even after its life functions have ceased. The one thing I'm upset about, and I don't remember what triggers it in this game, but once you get far enough on this screen, you also get Louise notes, and it is all about how to cook and eat all of the animals and plants you run into the game, and I love that. And I don't remember what triggers it. I've clearly not done it because I don't have that. But it's fun because it does... Once you trigger it on one save file, it's across all save files. So once you trigger that once, as long as you don't delete the whole game from the memory card, you can start a game and just have it. I really liked that. Flint beetles are nocturnal, choosing to hide in the grass by day and stay active at night. These creatures keep undigested food pellets in their stomachs to sustain them through winter, but given the right stimulus, they will spit them out. Recent research has revealed that these pellets are enveloped in a membrane that seals and preserves them in a sterile, airtight environment. If kept at room temperature, it seems that this pellet membrane will keep its contents fresh for up to 6 months. The membrane may be made from the same substance that gives the exoskeleton of the flint beetle its beautiful sheen. The one problem is, if you get far in a single day, you've got so much that you can read in this page. It slows down after this, though. This variety of beetle consumes subterranean minerals due to the fact that it rarely emerges above ground. Sightings of this particular species are extremely rare. While minerals are this beast's primary source of food, the beetle itself does not have the ability to digest these minerals. Instead, metabacteria living inside the beetle's stomach chemically break down the minerals. The resulting purified metal is discharged, but rare metals such as gold and platinum crystallize into the iridescent beetle shell, resulting in the beautiful laminated shimmer. Fuck, reading is hard. Snake eye pattern on this beast's shell is one of the most distinctive features of the baronet family, and the red pattern with cloaking baronet and spikes around its mantle make it easily identifiable, still making it a representative species of the baronet family. Shell on the cloaking baronet's back also provides a frame that fixes its muscular structure in place and appears to give the creature its powerful beetle launching attack. The specimen is a male shear grub. Having lost both legs and wings, the male burrows into the soil and waits to ambush small creatures that pass by. These mandibles can be dangerous, making creatures such as Pikmin easy prey. Males of the species are purple and black creatures with tapered mouths, while the females are lighter in color and lack an armored exoskeleton. As with most mandiblards, these creatures have progressed to the point that they have lost both legs and wings. They can be seen crawling around on the ground and are believed to feed on the vegetable extracts from the congealed fluids of expired Pikmin. Parasitic insects feed on eggs. Upon reaching maturity, they excrete a special pheromone that attracts females of particular species, enticing these females to swallow the mitites whole. Kinky. Pikmin, however, seem to dislike the scent. After entering the host female's body, mitites lay their own eggs inside the host's eggs just prior to the host's spawn. Ain't nature fucked up? Research from a most recent expedition, there's the flowers. They could be found anywhere because they're special, and when you throw them in, you get the white Pikmin. Ain't that neat? Small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities, thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients, parasitic and predatory behavior being most common. Candy pop could be considered one such example. Floating life form drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses. As the creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research on this species would likely proceed more smoothly. The other interesting thing is that it acts like scientists have access to these species, so it's like, are they on other planets? Because this is supposed to be a planet no one's seen before. So how does everyone know so much about the animals and plants on it? In strolling through the forest of this planet, clouds of these creatures are seen dancing overhead. Like flower petals drifting in the breeze, the sight of flitterbys dancing in the lush green undergrowth is unforgettable. Flitterby collectors drool over specimen sample boxes lined up in order, highlighting the slight color gradation changes from blue to red to yellow. Such items fetch particularly high prices at auction. Yet they're still worth shit when I bring them back to the ship. I don't understand it. Like Pikmin, creeping chrysanthemum is a member of the group of creatures with ambulatory structures. The creature is known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, creeping chrysanthemum's mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share a similar heritage. Relies on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within an ecosystem is as a producer species, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this strange planet, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. It's terrifying. Light emitted from this rare mushroom is neither a reflection nor release of stored light, and occurs not only in decomposing. I'll tell you what it's not, but I won't tell you what the light is. Science, bitch. Mushrooms' fungal filaments are capable of stabilizing concentrating pure Hocotadium-111, none other than the Hocotadium-111 approaching the point of critical mass that causes the glow cap's blue luminescence. We also all have cancer now. It is a shame. A variety of horsetail is prevalent in regions with low nutrient content in the soil. Like most other plants, this particular species propagates itself through the release of spores. Nice and simple. Perennial grows best in locations with full sun exposure. Flowers boast countless tiny yellow petals packed together in a head. The species seems to have as many weed-like variants as petals, so more detailed research on these plants would best be left to a botanical research specialist. Plant offers an excellent example of a non-native species introduced into the ecosystem by some unknown method. Upon introduction, quickly established a foothold instead of blah. Stunning blue color in early spring. Blah, it's a goddamn flower. Why does this one get like 5 paragraphs? Plant's delicate yellow flowers often inspire waves of nostalgia. I'm going to throw that out there. Yellow is the color of nostalgia, and being thrown high, as established earlier, giving a bittersweet feeling to any who gaze upon them. Oh, sorry, I said this was a queen bullbacks earlier. It's a Empress bull lax. My bad. Initial observations placed doubt on the capability of the grub dog family to support a strong ant or bee-like social structure, but recent studies show the family is capable of such complexity. The egg sac of the largest female grub dog within a given range swells to dramatic proportions, in response to environmental changes such as the sudden depletion of prey species. These females temporarily take on the role of pack matriarch. Also in pack formation, it has been observed that nearly all males not involved in species reproduction undergo natural sex changes. The characteristics of such specimens are quite intriguing indeed. I can't believe the word sex pops up in a Nintendo game. My god. Majority of snagret species lie in wait to ambush and capture prey, with a body type perfectly adapted to such sudden strikes. It violently attacks small surface-dwelling insects. Period. I thought it was a comma. That's it, that's the whole sentence. It violently attacks small surface-dwelling insects. Period. Distributed across a relatively wide range, subspecies of snagret suited to the varying soil conditions have emerged, making the snagret the most geographically represented species besides the bulbul. Visually resembling the burrowing snagret is the burrowing snarrow. the range of which partially overlaps with the Snagrit's range. While the two may appear similar, when pulled from the ground they can be distinguished by the presence or absence of tail and wing markings. The hell do you pull them out of the ground by? I found this fascinating fruit while out exploring today. The skies cleared up, and I felt peaceful watching the pink flower petals flutter in the wind. During this perilous expedition, it seemed strange to have such soft-hearted, romantic thoughts. If I told my wife about this, I'm sure I'd get laughed at. Again. This dubious morsel doesn't look like it would be very agreeable with my ends. However, I bet Louis would try a bite. His appetite is insatiable, and he's always cooking up tasty things. I'm glad that on this expedition, our ship's reactor can power our life support systems. Indefinitely. Yeah, Olimar's married. Louis is his kid. Missed that bit on the intro. This will give us all the time we need to thoroughly examine all of the treasure we recover. Such a rich lore. I don't care if the president wants us to hurry. I've had enough of his hassling. I think I'll move more slowly, just to cause him indigestion. Vivid color of this redstone reminds me of my wife's eyes when they burn with rage. Just between you and me, I've noticed lately that she's been getting more wrinkles. Now that I think about it, I've probably caused her a lot of stress. When I return to Hokotate, I'll take her on a long vacation. See? He's a sweet guy. I have once again discovered a completely undocumented species of Pikmin. It's the white ones. They can find, dig buried items, blah blah blah. Perfect stuff to patch a hole I just noticed on the ship's hull. Yes, I named the cape where I first encountered the white Pikmin the White Flower Card. It's not my most imaginative name, but it does work. When I look at it, I can feel good fortune smiling down on me. If I could just buy a lottery ticket right now, I'm sure I'd. The ace of spades. The ace of... Computers view the world in ones and zeros, but my people are different. I'm slowly going away from the David Attenborough-like voice I've been trying to do to more, I'm old. Our world isn't simply black or white. White, right or wrong. Everybody is different. Maybe one day the ship will understand that. Maybe one day it won't give me sass when I ask it to collect a slimy specimen. I've got a slimy specimen for the ship. Right here. At night, I have nothing to do to keep me occupied. I've been searching for something to dull the boredom, but every time I find something I want to play with, it's broken. Yo, same, man. Don't I know that feeling right now? This object is a great example. It looks fascinating, but I can't get it to function. I guess all I have to do is write this journal. The cave we searched today was lined with flame-spewing spouts. The temperature in the cave was absolutely stifling. Oh, that reminds me, completely forgot, blah blah blah, the red Pikmin are fucking immune to fire. That's not what it's saying, I take it back. I thought it was gonna tutorial me again. Stop Lee Jones and Space Cowboys. He's so quiet, I sometimes forget he's even there. This item I salvaged from the cave seems to be some kind of storage device, but I have no way to play back its contents. If only Nintendo would fucking put emulators up so that I could play them again. This is a peculiar object. Just looking at it fills me with a powerful sense of nostalgia. Now that I think about it, the Pikmin had a curious look on their faces when they carried it. Or maybe that was just my imagination. Survival situation, the most important things are water, courage, and a first aid kit. I've got water and an endless supply of courage, and I don't have a first aid kit. Sometimes I don't have a whole lot of motivation either. Maybe a daring explorer, but sometimes I just want to loaf around all day and sleep. Wait, what if the president reads this journal? I've never dreamed of slacking on the job. Several different patterns drawn on the object's surface. They appear to be characters or letters, but I can't make any sense of them. This is just an educated guess, but I wonder if this object is a kind of alien bulletin board. The size of the object seems about right for it. Today I delivered an impromptu lecture on the basics of wilderness survival. As Louis' superior, it's my responsibility to teach him these skills. Walking around as much as we do generates an intense thirst, so water becomes very important. I told Louis that we have to ration our water carefully. That's what I was thinking till I found this. I was so parched that I couldn't help myself. Drink all the water in the canteen. It tasted so good, but when I turned around, Louis gave me a cold stare. Stream brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's delicious. Yes, I am drinking Dr. Pepper. Yo, what's up, Cosmic? How you doing? I tried to play Metroid Prime 2, but it's broken, apparently, and is the only game that's broken. Today we searched a subterranean lair swarming with carnivorous bugs named Polar Beasts immediately came to me. Haha. Polar Beasts. I'm trying to turn that into an innuendo thing, but I can't think of it besides just haha. Oh. The convenient contraption I found there has become an invaluable treasure-seeking tool. When it approaches a piece of treasure, the gadget beeps, the needle moves to the right, and all the treasure in the area has been connected, powers down. Blah to blah. Ain't that neat? Love to lay down in the grass, bask in the sun, and take an afternoon nap, but with all these Pikmin following me, I can never seem to relax. Should remember the blah to blah tutorial. Last time I tried it, Pikmin picked me up while I slept and carried me away to their onion. Hold your space, horses, Pikmin. I'm not a pellet or a piece of treasure. And I woke up. It's all just a dream. Whew, that was a lot to read. Anyway, back to where we were. So I took like 5 seconds too long and I couldn't get the treasure back. Anyway, the white Pikmin are also deep in the ship's guts. Getting DP'd by the white and purple Pikmin. Isn't it lucky? Then all the reds I can take. So let's head this way. Kill those two because why not? They got in my way. That's why. So there's one other poison gate I might bust down just because I'm here. But before then, I think actually the poison doesn't reach the top right there. So I could throw other Pikmin onto it. They'd be fine, but I'm not sure. That's how far I was away from breaking down the gate. Damn it. I win. I zoomed in! Could you imagine if someone actually played this game like this? Just completely unable to tell what the hell was happening. So the whole reason I couldn't do anything new is because I need this to show me where the new area is. Oh, there's one other treasure I can grab. Just remember, there's a buried treasure over there. Now that I have the white Pikmin, I can grab it. It's worth absolute garbage, but it's still there. It's something I can do. So I'm gonna do it. And with that, we are over 3,000, so we are over 30% of the way through the game. By percent. It gets harder later on to get the same amount of treasure, so it does slow down a bit, but technically over 30% through. I wonder how fast a speed run of this game is. Probably pretty fast. That should be good. Making sure I have everyone. Woo! Just such a nice, cute, fun game. And then all your Pikmin die horribly, and you're like, well, shit. An hour and 38 minutes world record. My god. So about 20 minutes ago, they would beat the game. Fuck. I can't even imagine how. They don't read the lore. That is fair. That has probably eaten a decent chunk of time. Much less with an accent. Yeah. Normally I would say that isn't really slowing me down, but trying to do this voice, which is a fair bit slower than my normal talking voice, is probably slowing me down some. Now we got 3 meth. I guess I'll break down the poison gate since I'm here. I could just end the day here, but the game keeps track of how many days you've been playing. How many, like, in-game days it takes you to beat it. So just being me, I don't like getting that number super high. Whoops! Yep, you're poison. I mean, are you? There we go. So, they'll just work on that. So if I remember right, further this way, I need to be able to go through the water, and only blue Pikmin can swim, so I can't go further this way. And I think past that poison gate is like... There might be one treasure I can grab, but I think almost immediately there's like an electric gate. You need the yellow Pikmin to go through that. I think there's like a fruit or something I can grab there. There might also be purple berries, which are different than the pink berries that you make into the uppers. Do I just spray the white Pikmin so that they get through it faster? There's also a treasure right up here, but I can't throw them that high. I need the yellow Pikmin so I can throw them higher. Because again, that's one of the things you can do with a yellow Pikmin, for some reason. I know the game explains why, but the explanation is like just super dumb. I feel like it has something to do with the fact that they have big ears. So I remember the game specifically points that out. I should just spray the white Pikmin. Oh no, sounds like they're pretty close to done. Would be a waste at this point. So the spray makes all the Pikmin walk faster and attack faster. I don't think it makes them have more attack damage. I think they just attack more often, but you know. So now we just sit here. Maybe if I had used the spray on the last day, I could have gotten through and carried the globe back. Oh well. Oh, come on, you purple bastards. Now watch this. Bye, Louie! Get fucked, nerd! Purple berries. Yeah, there's an electric gate right there. And a water gate right there. Unfortunately, this isn't enough berry to get the spray. Ultra bitter essence. Bring me another, says the ship. So I'm gonna wait here and see if another set. Oh yeah, that was nice and fast. Might specifically be because I haven't gotten any before. So the game wants me to have 10 so that I can get the spray. So this spray is super useful just because it'll freeze whatever enemy you spray with it. So they can't do anything and you can hurt them still. It's great. Chance Totem. Everyone have your 20-sided Chance Totem with you? Probably get real food somewhat soon. Party, please. Dice Totem. You're right. So the fun thing with those sprays is that at least a lot of the ways you can get the regular nectar like that, there's a small chance it'll just drop one of the units of spray. You just get it for free. It's pretty nice when it happens. Let's just end the day and leave Louis behind. Bye, son. Oh no, he found his way back to the ship. Damn it. Yippee! I ran into a new monster? Oh. Oh, right. As this species of insect has only recently been discovered, fully mature specimens have yet to be collected. No molting or metamorphosis has been observed during the observation period, making it unlikely that mature whiskapillars will be encountered anytime soon. Based on active predation by Pikmin, it is believed that the whiskapillar's place in the food chain has not changed over time. First glance, this plant resembles the spring used in the ship's sublight engine. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habit of spreading through the dispersal of spores. Grassy plains and meadows on this planet are carpeted with brilliantly colored flowers in bloom. When I entered the atmosphere on my descent from space, I was stunned by the vibrant sight. The other day, a group of white Pikmin under my command detected an object buried on the surface and quickly began to dig up this colossal flower. Somehow, it hadn't yet sprouted into a towering flower. I planned to take it back to Huate and grow it there. My people will hail me as botanical genius. The mayor may even make me Supreme Flower Commander. When I gaze at the stone, I can feel my fate being forecasted. I must know what's going to happen to me. I'm sure it sees that I'll be hailed as a brilliant visionary, brave explorer when I return to Hokote. The interior of this hemisphere contains a chip code of charts detailing a new region. I explored this forest the last time I was here, but it's clear that it has undergone some dramatic changes. The plants and animals have also evolved significantly. I've given this forest a new name, the Awakening Wood. Let's begin to form a hypothesis to explain why the forest changed so rapidly. He's got some big dreams, Olimar. Not sure how well he can back him up, but... Wow! Come on, Louis. You're coming too. Alright. So I have 2 goals for this in-game day. 1, there's a cave I want to fully explore, which will be nice and easy because it's close by. 2, I want to grab the yellow Pikmin, which is showing me right now. I think I can get both those done today, but we'll see. The problem is how many of my Pikmin will die, because the cave I'm about to go into is quite the pain. Also, damn it, now I have 2 leaf purple Pikmin, the worst kind of all. That this hole is filled with rich and nasty bugs. Gross. I always enjoy when they give you the big batch of Pikmin that aren't following you yet, how there's usually a couple close enough that you bump into them, so they start following you in the cutscene. You can just hear them go, no. You can also feel them rumble, but you guys don't get to experience that part. What with you not pulling the controller and all. Come on down, cowards. You generally want to be careful of opening eggs like that because they might have those little bugs that freak the fuck out of your Pikmin. So if you just toss a purple one off there, it'll auto-break, and then if there are any, usually throw a second one to just kill them all before they can do anything bad. Now watch as I ignore that advice, and there's those bugs right there. It didn't happen, thankfully, but would have been funny. Game. Not letting me have some comedy material. You fuck. Oh, damn it. Lost some flowers there. You bitch. Always the purple ones that lose it. Never anyone faster. Oh, there's some egg juice around. Nectar, yolk, whatever it is. Love nugget. That's what I think of when I think of tomatoes. Love nuggets. Damn it. So the other downside to the purple ones is they're so slow that a lot of times your other wee Pikmin can get to it faster than them. So it's gone by the time they get there. Delve deeper with your Pikmin. This game is mesmerizing. It really is. Again, most of the time, it's just a nice, fun, chill game to kind of move around with. And it's also weird because it's like the only game I can really... One of the only games I can really think of in, like, its genre. Only other game I can think of is, This and Katamari. I can see where you would compare the two. I haven't played Katamari in a bit. I should have played Katamari tonight. It also wouldn't have been a bad idea. But the only other game I can think of that's like this game was Overlord. I don't know how many people know about that game. It was basically this, except you're Sauron being an evil overlord. It was a fun game. You streamed it? I have streamed it. Don't know how many people remembered that, though. What? There we go. Frog bastard. Was the second one right? If you mean I played the second Overlord, then no. Other than that, I'm not sure what you mean. There's another frog somewhere. Got him. Those frogs are dangerous because they're one of the things that can instant kill Pikmin. Most things that... There's basically two categories all the enemies fit into. The one you streamed is Overlord 2. No, I streamed... It's weird how Steam has it set up, but I streamed the first Overlord just with the DLC. So it was called, like, Overlord Raising Hell. And it's weird because in Steam, it's, like, treated as a separate game for whatever reason. And I'm not sure why. I remember that causing me problems when I was trying to set it up so I could stream it. I do have the second one, but I haven't really ever played it. I'm gonna need to take a break soon just so that I can have some time without the headphones on. RC Cola. So is RC owned by the Dr. Pepper company then? Oh, I didn't know that. Yep. Anywho, macho. Everyone giving bots hugs, but grabbing actual people bugs. I can approve of that. Seems a decent trade. Alright, so these are also enemies you have to watch out for. As I was saying before I got distracted with the Overlord talk, there's like, I'm gonna say 3 kind of main groups of enemies in this game. There's ones that can't kill your Pikmin, which there aren't a lot of those, but it's always nice. Or at least they can't kill them, like, on their own. They can cause circumstances where some die. And then there's the 2 kinds that can kill your Pikmin. And of those 2, some of them can instantly kill your Pikmin, and others can't, and the other type can't. Most of the ones that eat the Pikmin, they eat the Pikmin. they don't instant kill. So, like, even if it grabs them with their mouth, there's usually some time you can kill it and then free the Pikmin before they're fully dead. And then there's all the enemies where it's just like, no, fuck you. The Pikmin's dead. Just instantly. No, 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 no! Like that. That one just instant died from electricity. It's the guy from Smash Bros. Yeah, it is. So that white Pikmin's just dead. Nothing I can do to bring it back. So, and that's why electricity's the worst status, is because it's the only thing that instant kills like that. Fire doesn't do it, poison doesn't do it, water doesn't do it, but electricity does. So electricity's the one I like the least, and what I think of as the most dangerous. Damn it, and it was a white Pikmin too. Those are... Where are you lightninging me? So, the frogs from earlier will also instant kill Pikmin by crushing them. And again, if that happens, they're just dead, and there's nothing you can do. You can't stop it. Sunluck sliced peeled water chestnuts. Oh, you can actually somewhat read the nutrition facts. Oh. These nuts. So yeah. The other downside to that is a white Pikmin died, so in order to get it back, I have to find another white flower and throw a Pikmin in there. Now right now, the only white flowers we've run into were the ones in the cave where I first found them. I also bit a sore in my mouth a little bit right there. You fuck. This is one of the enemies that can't kill a Pikmin. Which is why I haven't been too worried about him. What it does is it grabs them and then it, like, throws them back down into the ground. And then you have to pull them back up. I don't remember if they go back to leaf or not. So it's just a dick to inconvenience me. But if it's also near something actually dangerous like those lightning bugs, it can really fuck you up. Because of, like, the Pikmin AI. Like, how the white Pikmin died is, it was not directly under my control, so it decided to attack something that was close enough to it. Because there was an enemy there. It's just that enemy happened to instant kill you if you were attacking it during specific times, and it did. And that's the main reason it's always good to have some purple Pikmin. Just, they stun anything you kind of throw them onto. Oh, I just remembered a cave that's in this game, and I want to try it. Avoid. It just has an enemy that instant kills you, following you throughout the whole cave if you aren't fast enough. And it's like, why? What is this Resident Evil nonsense in my Pikmin game? So that's the pink spray. Just found a random bit of it. Completely random if that pops up or not. I appreciate it. What do you know? There happen to be white flowers down here. That's also very lucky. Oh, I also forgot to say earlier, because the white Pikmin are, like, immune / part poison, if something actually eats them, it takes poison damage. Which means that sometimes, like, you know, a boss is gonna kill some of your Pikmin, maybe feeding it a few white Pikmin specifically isn't a terrible strategy. I definitely did that as a kid. Get the nice tasty Pikmin, you stupid crab. Still got you, you bitch. See, a bit like that one. It grabbed the Pikmin, it just didn't have time to swallow. So I managed to kill it and free it. And we got a chocolate bonbon! King of Sweets. Oh, forgot to grab you. There's really almost no reason to bringing the corpses back like that. You just get absolutely nothing for it. But at the same time, what am I supposed to do? Just leave them around to rot? That seems like a waste. Ah, you missed, you loser. There's the hole still. Okay. I did cute puppy. Ah, there's something in here. Oh, the Bowser matches. Nice. So I did something that's usually not a good idea in the game, and I just let everything run off on their own. Okay. I feel like it's usually safer in caves, just because it's easier to keep track if there's anything behind you. But I also feel like some games either have things that roam, or just spawn behind you, in case you don't guard the Pikmin heading back. Yo, 69!
Submit!
The Bowser Breath brand. Telephone 555. Troop us. That is all the treasure on the floor. God, it's the next floor, the boss floor. I hate the boss in this. Oh! But Pikmin. Something eating my Pikmin. The Smash crossover. Exactly. God. Alright. The boss here sucks. Mostly because I'm just bad fighting him. Spray and pray? Oh, I will. Don't you worry. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Just so that I get it down here. Why are you following me, little one? So each stomp it does is instant kill. Oh, they do have stronger attack. Got it. Oh, that may have been too high. Shit. So you gotta pinata it and hit the dangling ball. And I may have frozen it high enough that I can't. In which case, shit. Your Pikmin are also stupid, dumb, and love to attack the feet like that one is right there. So that one might die. Shit! Yep, there goes like 15 Pikmin. Damn it. It also drops something that unlocks like an extra challenge mode, which is cool, but it's worth like 10. So it drops garbage. Yeah, 11 casualties. 10 to that thing. Damn it. 1 to the lightning bug. There's also, right here? Oh, okay, it's worth 100, so it's not 100% garbage, but it's still not great. Yeah, so it unlocks challenge mode in the main menu, which is kind of neat. Come on, you fucks, I know it's up there. Is it not? Is it on the other one? Oh, hello. This would have been nice to find beforehand, because it might drop the freezy juice. Nope, it dropped the speed-up juice. Those will pretty much always drop one of the sprays in dungeons, just because they can't drop, like, the Pikmin food to make more Pikmin down here. Is it up here? Oh, it's up here. Okay. No reason to really bother doing that. Oh! One of you was missing a flower. Thought I had seen all of you, and you weren't. None of you were. Okay, so we lost 10, which isn't terrible. I've lost pretty much all my Pikmin to that guy before. Just because if you happen to be in the wrong spot and it moves the right foot to the right spot, it can just destroy everything. Especially if it's moving one of its feet right next to another foot, because then you can't use... If you use the control stick to try and move the Pikmin out from it, they'll start attacking that foot and just stay right there. Which is the main reason I really don't like that boss. This is also the reason I've never really been interested in trying Pikmin 3, is because they take out this, the C-stick, at least from the bit I played at a friend's house, and you have to throw the Pikmin every time you want to use one, which just felt incredibly awkward to me. So I got $76 worth of corpse in all that. So not even 10% of the money I got from that cave. $40% done! So I could look and see how bad that actually was. Because the more of the Pikmin that died were red, the better. Because the red are very easily replaceable. Compared to the purple and white ones, which are way more irritating to get new ones of. So if I lost a lot of white and purple there, that really sucks. If I just lost a bunch of red, still unfortunate, but I can deal. Oh, usually there are eggs there so that I can get flowers back if I need to. Perfect. Wow. That's not how that's supposed to work, but I did it, I guess. Ta-da! So usually, I would go right there and grab, oh, damn it, I don't have a purple spray. So the reason I'm not really trying to get more Pikmin or anything right now is because I'm about to get the yellow ones, and I just want to send everything to them so that I can get a bunch of yellow Pikmin, since I have plenty of red right now. Apparently that's supposed to be mold, I always saw it as spider webs. So real quick, I only want red Pikmin. 53. Aha! No casualties. Nice. Alright, I have 19 white Pikmin. I had 15 before, and I found 1 flower. So that's right. For the one that died, I have 23 purple, so I think I lost 2 purple, which to the spider stomp, which is honestly about the best I could ask for, so I'm fine with that. It's a shame those are both red pellets, because if you bring the same color pellet to the same color Pikmin base, it like doubles the amount of Pikmin you get from it. So if those were both yellow, then I would have 20 yellow right there, plus the blowhog corpse. But I don't. Which is a shame. It's still going? They've almost gotten done, at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put all my red away. Oh, it doesn't have the berries yet. So once that actually gets berries, those dumb little caterpillar things are going to pop up and the berries. As much as I don't want them to. Do I want to keep the purple? No, but I'll keep the white. Just because I'm going to spend the rest of this in-game day just trying to get as much yellow Pikmin as I can. And if you send food with a Pikmin, they will carry it to... depends on what color you have carrying the food. Whatever the majority color is, they'll take it back to that onion. That little Pikmin base. Besides purple and white, because they don't have their own, so they'll carry it to whatever the next majority is. Come here, yellow Pikmin. So if I just have yellow and white, they'll always carry it to the yellow base. Same with the purple, but they're slow, so I put them away anyway. So yeah, because they're light, I can throw them farther. Somehow, even though the purple are heavier, I can throw them the same distance. I think if you just have white and purple Pikmin carrying an object, they'll carry it to the color of the object. So, like, if it's yellow, they'll carry it to the yellow base. Although, those two just took it to the yellow base, so maybe it also depends on, like, who you have out at the moment. So, like, if I had red Pikmin out, they would've, but because I don't, they didn't. I don't know. I don't know, man. This is also why I left the eggs over there, just so that I could get a bunch of flower yellow Pikmin. Oh, see? They're carrying that one to red. So I guess it's just random where they take it. That's annoying. See, but it was red, and then that changed to yellow, because yellow Pikmin started carrying it, so they decided, you know, Let's just leave them alone for now. Those can't hurt Pikmin, but I still don't want to leave them alone over here. So I had some 80-odd red, 19 white, so, okay. So I will probably end up with more yellow Pikmin than red Pikmin at the end of this day, but oh well. The important thing is to get a good stock every time you get a new color, just that you don't have to worry about it. And then you can just kind of, you know, somewhat randomly divvy out more Pikmin to whatever color happens to get it. Because, you know, as long as it's nice and random, you should end up with about the same amount of each. See, normally I would let you carry that to red, because the red would get a bonus Pikmin from it, but not today. Usually they fall off by now. Alright, gonna head back. Gonna pull up all the Pikmin I can. Actually, the white and purple ones, if on their own, might just bring it to whatever onion's closest, maybe? Maybe that's it? No. I just don't know, and I should keep my traps shut because... So if I wind up with about 100 Pikmin with me at the end of the day, then I will have I will have 81 specifically. The math's nice and easy. Yellow Pikmin, which is around what I have for red. So that works out fairly nice. You fortunately end up with a nice, even 5 types of Pikmin and a 100 Pikmin max that you can have with you. So you can just have 20 of each, unless it's better to have a specific type for a specific reason. Which is nice. I didn't count that there was a little bit of grass right here. Grass is like the one thing that, even if you don't tell the Pikmin to do something, they'll start messing with. I don't know why. Like, nothing else will cause the Pikmin, if they're following me the way they're following me right now, nothing else will make them stop that unless I tell them to do something. Except for the grass. It's the only thing in the game. Alright, it can be somewhat dangerous. There is a treasure right up here that a few yellow Pikmin can grab and carry. I'll try and have them carry it. Just because I don't think a lot... Oh, I need to be on that bit, though. Well, you should be fine. Oh, also that rock, but that's just a different form of the grass, so... It didn't cross my mind. Come Come on, guys, hurry up with that. Shit, we aren't making that. Damn it. I also don't think that's gonna keep its spot. Maybe. No, there's no way. It's gonna be so close. Three. 2. Oh, I could have added more onto it, damn it. If I had known that, I probably could have made it. No! Darn. $871. Ten to battle, 1 to electricity. I thought I went to Happy Hoker Tate Savings and Loan, but it seems my loan came from the shop next door. All-devouring black hole loan sharks. Oops. You done goofed, Mr. President. Fiery bullblats, Oculus volcanus. Bodily excretions of a highly flammable, waxy substance interact with the cell structure of this grub dog's skin, causing a chemical reaction, which is extremely high temperatures. The skin benefits from a spongy cell structure that diffuses the surface heat, protecting the creature's inner organs. Due to the astonishing amount of heat produced by this beast, it should be observed with great caution. Water Dumple. Resident of freshwater pools and marshes, this aquatic creature regularly feeds on insects that land on the surface of the water. Shares a nearly identical skeletal structure with its close relative and terrestrial cousin, the bulbul. This may offer clues to its evolutionary origin, suggest that it only recently immigrated to an aquatic habitat. Unusual for their genius, flying mandibulards have retained their wings. I think there's a missing comma right there. It should be unusual for their genius, flying mandibulards, comma, have returned their wings. However, only adult males of the species can fly. That or there's supposed to be shearwig right there? Not sure. Something's wrong about that. Females of the species spend most of their lifespan underground. They do emerge for a period after maturation, spawn, but never metamorphose. Also, I think it should be metamorphize, but I'm not sure on that one. Specimen is representative of an insect hybrid that uses electricity in addition to glycogen for its energy. Glycogen, my bad. Although difficult to confirm due to their microscopic size, tiny hairs on the creature's legs cause the friction that generates the electrical charge. The electrical charge is processed by the creature's internal machina battery structure and then stored as a deus electrical field. Get it? Deus ex machina. It's a joke that they don't have an actual way for this to work. As this field reaches critical levels, surplus electricity is emitted, resulting in a low voltage current that is transmitted between specimens. It can shock at the creatures in the immediate vicinity. Considering this process, it can be surmised that the largest impetus to pack behavior is not so much for synergetic effect of group producing as a pack, as it is to take advantage of this most effective means of group preservation. Hermit Crawmad. Looking at the eyes and sickle-shaped legs characteristic of squealers, one would think that this is a squealer relative. In fact, it is a relative of the hermit crab. This species, however, has migrated from seaside life in a shell and and instead inhabits burrows in the ground. While its legs appear sickle-like, they are pincers that have evolved into a fin shape. This beast feeds on small creatures that pass by its lair, dragging them inside to eat them. The swooping snitchbug, aka the asshole. The scarpinus originally lived on the ground, sporting poorly developed vestigial wings. The species developed enlarged antennas that can be used as makeshift wings. Scarpinids are attracted by the sight of large groups of Pikmin in cavalry formation and will sweep down to seize them. However, scarpinids do not eat Pikmin. They will drop any seized Pikmin after a short time. The reason for this behavior is unknown, but I look forward to future research in the area. Fiery Dweevil, Mandarachnia napalmins. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs, then mimicking them. The fiery Dweevil is one species in this family. Generally, this is a very gentle insect that feeds on grass nectars, and when faced with danger, the fiery Dweevil ignites flammable internal gases, juts out its jaw, and spews scorching flames. As this clearly makes it a rather dangerous insect, it is best not to linger directly in front of it. Yellow Wollywog. What time is it, by the way? It's about 8. I think I'm going to call it a little early and end it once I get done reading all the new crap, because my ears are hurting. I think we found about the limit of how long I can comfortably stream right now. This magnificent, oh, that's how it's said now, magnificent specimen has the brightest gold coloration and the greatest number of lateral spots of any member in the Infurtuba family. This species seems to have lost some swimming proficiency, the evolutionary adaptation that granted it greater jumping ability. The Infurtuba inhabits aquatic shallows and shows an instinctive drive to jump upon and squash smaller creatures. Skitterleaf, Rus pseudo-albicans. Skitterleaf is a relative of the pond skater that shed its wings and adapted to life on the ground. No residual trace of its airborne past, the skitterleaf can neither fly nor skid across the surface of the water. The wings have since evolved into the leaf-like structure on its back, which serves to hide the skitterleaf through mimicry. It is quite effective, as few predators can see through this clever disguise. It is believed that this plant produces tufted seeds with a parachute-like arm, which allows the seeds to ride gently on the wind. This increases the distribution range of the plant considerably. Beady long legs. Although this creature is commonly associated with spiders, it is actually the result of a separate evolutionary line of insectoid creatures. Since the spherical body section supported by the creature's legs carries most of its internal organs, there appear to be no other features that would correspond to a head or abdomen. This tasty red snack isn't quite a fruit, but doesn't seem like a vegetable either. Analyzed it extensively, and it appears to be releasing stimulating pheromones. Maybe I should feed it to my wife, so I can fuck her. That's the implication. I've discovered a complex series of underground tunnels beneath the perplexing pool. It seems like I can't walk 10 steps without discovering something previously unheard of. Making new discoveries nourishes my explorer spirit. As a reward for my latest scientific breakthrough, I think I'll eat this grand sweet. From the beginning of time, my people have searched for a perfectly clean, endlessly renewable energy source. Fortunately, we've never found anything close to it. Harsh. Rubbing these two objects together seems to produce fire. Maybe this is the long-lost energy source we've always been searching for. I've observed several species of shell-dwelling creatures inhabiting the perplexing pool. One of these feisty beasts forms a spherical gem within the meaty depths of its shell. In a way, this gem could be considered this creature's life work. I consider my children my life's work. I.e. Louis, and maybe another one, I guess. I think it's implied I have other kids somewhere else. This must be some kind of a memorial capsule left by a lost civilization. It has left behind some image data. I can't make any sense of it. I'm going to have to do some additional analysis. I'll document any exciting new developments in my log, along with pages and pages of meaningless doodles. I've never had much desire to climb the corporate ladder, but I'm beginning to think I should. Every year that my kids grow older, they get more expensive. Oh, that's right, I have a daughter. Taking care of them is my most important duty. I should take lessons from the ship on how to be a high-pressure salesman, then I'd rake in the cash. I'm not just an intergalactic space captain, I'm also an artist. I see the inner beauty of everything. Some things other people call ugly and boring, I find intellectually stimulating and aesthetically pleasing. It's true, I'm sophisticated like that. You have to have a very high IQ to enjoy the head of a rubber ducky, etc., Rick and Morty. The other day, my daughter begged me to get her some jewelry. She's becoming so fashion conscious. No girls grow up quickly, but I never imagined it would happen this fast. Wrong buttons. My bad. Shit. There. Just looking in the sealed container makes me want to open it up, but opening it will decrease its value on the alien antiquities market. Hey, I'll just use my imaginary can opener and pretend to open it instead. Fascinating. If I keep staring at the symbol, I know I'll come up with a brilliant idea for a new product. RC Cola is garbage. Shut up, Olimar. I love Dr. Pepper, but ugh. This item came from the personal treasure hoard of a massive Pikmin devouring spider. It ate them through its feet. Very strange. The whole cave was crawling with all kinds of fearsome creatures. Decided to name that eerie cave the Citadel of Spiders. The ship can't stand bugs. Whenever I ask it to store a specimen for salvage, it threatens to stage a mutiny. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. We got over 40% of the way through the game if we go by the money and not, how long it takes to go through the game. So, I don't know if I'll continue or not. I had some fun, so maybe, but I'll probably just play Pokemon tomorrow. So goodbye, YouTube.